No social relief of distress grants were paid out in both April and May. And this is according to civil society organization #PayTheGrants. It's been discussing the 350 Rand grant payment with Social Development Minister Lindiwe Zulu. So let's get the very latest now from his spokesperson, Ms. Francina Nkosi, joins me now for this discussion. Ms. Nkosi, thank you so much for your time. And good morning to you. Let's start with the concerns that you're raising, firstly around not being engaged or at least included in the negotiations or even engagements and discussions around the non-payment of these social grants. How did that come about?
Let me start by thanking you for having me and greetings to the listeners. This thing for people not having their grant, it's a serious matter whereby it affects more than 11 people who used to receive this for more than months. But now 2 months have passed by, but no one have received anything. And this is a serious challenge. And for us, because the government doesn't want to make sure that communities become part of the negotiation, this is a serious challenge because now we're waiting to hear how Lindiwe Zulu is going to respond, and we wish we were part. It's going to be easier for us to go and report back to the communities.
And I'm sure you meant to say 11 million people, right, Francina, that are affected by the non-payment of this grants. You working on the grant, you hearing the cries of the people that rely heavily on these, grants for survival. What are they saying? What has been the impact on their lives?
The serious impact is that we have those who, we start with young women who used to be able to manage to buy their sanitary pads, and now they can't do that. We have those who need to take medication, but now they have to be forced to take medications on an empty stomach. And we have those who thought that they will receive their grants, but they didn't. They went to their local shop to ask for credit, and now it becomes a serious problem with the business owners because they need their money, and now it's a violence that is caused by the government. And also those who manage to do business, if I get this 350, I'll buy sweets and I go to the schools and be able to do that so that I can be able to increase the money, because 350 is not enough. Now you can see that it's a time of climate change and there's price hikes. It's making it very difficult for somebody to manage their 350. It's not enough to sustain for the whole month. It's only enough for a week.
Have you heard from the minister at all, Ms. Nkosi, especially since that promise was made that by June payments would be made, especially that backlog of payments that are owed to South Africans that rely on this grant would be made? Have you heard from the minister?
The minister is saying that the money will be paid around June, but you know that they're still waiting for the Treasury to negotiate with the banks, and we don't know if that can be done. But it's something that we wish the Treasury could be able to do that with immediate effect so that people can be able to receive their payment. It's a serious challenge. We hope that they can speed up the situation so that people can be able to have their money, and also back pay from April, May, and also including June. I hope that can solve.
So while we wait and hope and see indeed whether these payments will be honoured and paid, this month, what happens to the approximately 11 million people that rely on these grants? How are they surviving in the meantime?
They're becoming beggars. You have to beg so that you can be able to have a meal. You have to see how you can do recycling so that you can be able to have a meal. It's not, people are trying and see how they can sustain themselves so that they can be able to do that. And we're talking about the high rate of unemployment that is happening around South Africa. You can imagine how the unemployment are surviving. And now it's a serious challenge that we hope that this unemployment can be reduced. Maybe also that could assist also on that, because it's not easy for South Africans to survive, because now it goes to where people now will think about being the beggars, some will be the thieves, those are other things, because it goes into their minds. How am I going to survive for tomorrow? Yes.
Yeah, and just in the last question that I have for you, what work then lies ahead for you as #PayTheGrants? You're already doing work on social media, raising awareness through this campaign, making sure that your voices are not only heard, but the support that you've garnered from different trade unions, faith-based organizations, over 200 organizations backing you. What work then lies ahead for you in the meantime?
What work that we are doing is going back to communities and check, did you receive your money? No. So that we can be able to have people saying, yes, we did. And for us, if that doesn't go through, it means the government needs to be taken to court, because this is the violation of communities' rights.
We leave it there. I appreciate you speaking to us. #PayTheGrant spokesperson, Ms. Francina Nkosi, joining us this morning.